Hello all, welcome to my PMP videos. Today we are going to talk about different logs and registers we use in project management. As a project manager, we use multiple logs and registers to maintain the project. Let's see one by one. To start with, assumption log. As a project manager, we use this assumption log to capture all the assumptions that are made during the initial phase of the project. For example, when we are in the initiation or in the discovery phase of the project, as a project manager, I have to determine the timeline using different assumptions. For example, a resource A is 100% dedicated to the project. If I'm making that assumptions, I will capture that in the assumption log. What does an assumption log usually contains? An assumption ID. It is usually a serial number followed by 1 to 3. An assumption. What is my assumption here? My assumption is a resource A is 100% dedicated to my project. And who is the owner? And what is the update, latest update to that? Next one is backlog. Backlog is usually maintained in agile methodology, especially in the Scrum framework. Who is responsible to maintain the backlog? It is product owner. What do we have in the backlog? Backlog lists all the requirements, user stories, bugs, and impediments. So product owner is responsible to maintain the product backlog. Issue log. By now we know what an issue is. An issue is an event that is happen during the life of the project. Issues that occur during the life cycle of the project is called an issue. And if any issues happen during the life of a project, we monitor them in the issue log. An issue log should be addressed immediately. An issue log contains an issue description, issue ID, and what is the current status and the actions that has been taken so far. Change log. Change log captures a comprehensive list of changes that are submitted during the life of the project and their current status. For example, I am in the execution phase of the project and I have a change to submit to my leaders to change the vendor from vendor A to vendor B. So that definitely goes into the change log, right? A change log usually contains the change item. Here, my change item is I'm changing the vendor from, I have submitted a change to change the vendor from vendor A to vendor B. And who is the owner? And what is the change ID? And what is the current status? Decision log. A comprehensive list of decisions are maintained in the decision log. A list of decisions that are dependent for future further proceedings. For example, I'm seeking some decision from my leaders, and how do I monitor them? I update all my decisions in the decision log, and it is similar to change log where I maintain the decision item, owner, and the status. Risk register. A risk is an event that may or may not happen. Risk is monitored throughout the project, and once the risk is noted down, what do we do with that? We have to take an action to respond to that. We have to either mitigate or accept or transfer. We have to follow some kind of risk response strategy. Once the risk is captured, it is logged under the risk register. Risk register is a repository to maintain all the risks. And we have also determined the probability, impact, and the risk response. Next comes the lesson learned register. A lesson learned register is an important document that is captured during the closure of the life cycle. Whatever we have, the knowledge gained during the project goes into the lesson learned register, and the lesson learned register can be used as a future process improvement document. And what is generally captured in the lesson learned register? Like what went well, what could have gone better, what we should start doing, and what we shouldn't have done. So those kind of knowledge that are gained during the project life cycle are captured in the lesson learned register. Lesson learned register is not just a one-person document or an observation document. It involves a team's involvement, the entire team from the Scrum Master to the project manager or the development team, the testing team, everybody gets involved, the business, everybody gets involved in preparing this lesson and learn register document. Stakeholder register. Stakeholder register, as the name suggests, it maintains a list of stakeholders who are involved in the project. What is their name, their role, what is their involvement, what is their influence type, what is their method of communication that is required or captured in the stakeholder register. Name, role, category, influence, interest, contact frequency, and the method of communication. So all these are captured in the stakeholder register. Which is your favorite register to maintain as a project manager? Do let me know. Thank you.